Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at things people have heard about you that isn't necessarily true. Okay, so this is more of a juicy topic read. We're going to look at the tea on you and things people have said that aren't true. So if you are feeling particularly sensitive at this time, or sensitive to what people may say that isn't true, then I don't suggest this is a reading you should watch. So I'm just going to say that as a disclaimer. People say things that are not true all the time, and they can sometimes be hurtful. So keep that in mind while watching this reading. So we have 3 piles today with 3 different shells. So this is the first shell. We have a darker shell that is more round. I don't know what these shell names are called. Okay, and then we have the second lighter round shell for pile 2. So that's pile 1, this is pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have this kind of like cone shell, I think it's called. I don't know. So take a look at all 3 piles, see which one you are most drawn to. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Also, if you are drawn to more than one pile, you're more than welcome to choose more than one. Always trust your intuition when picking a pile. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this round darker shell, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at things people have heard about you that isn't true. We may pick up on some things that are slightly true or partially true, but have been taken out of proportion or out of context, or even people just spreading rumors. So if you are particularly sensitive, I don't suggest this is the reading to watch. We can see negative things as well as positive things in this reading, so please be aware of that. So if there are negative things said and it's going to feel hurtful to you, so then I don't suggest watching this reading. When I was about to start your reading, pile 1, I saw 444. So I feel like when people do talk about you, you are very protected. 444 is the number of protection. And the card that came out with your card for the intro has this, the Mother of God with angel wings. So I feel like you have strong angelic presences around you that do protect you and protect your sort of like reputation. And I know this is what people have heard about you, but when people do talk smack about you or do, spill the tea or spread rumors about you that are not true, they get instant karma, my pile number ones. I almost want to say the Lord does not play with you. God kind of holds you as highly favored, I almost want to say, where you're strongly protected by the divine, by God, by the universe, by your angels, your ancestors. I'm almost seeing the mental image of someone, like spreading a rumor about you. The next thing they slip and fall on their face. And then they get very scared after that because it's like, whoa, what happened here? So yeah. The cards you have. So this is the card you chose. It says, Sekhemet, the red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving a voice to it. And I feel this is partially true, but I'll explain what I see here. So the other card that came out when I pulled card for the intro is Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So I feel like these are 2 opposites of what people hear about you. It almost reminds me of like the angel and the devil on the shoulder. And I'm not saying this is a negative energy, but let me explain what I see. So I see certain people like hearing things about you that Some people say you're quite angelic. You're a pure soul with these angel wings here. You're quite a pure soul. You know, you come across as an angel and you're so sweet. So loving. Since she's holding a bouquet of flowers, you know, you're a very sweet person. Yet other people say that you are quite an angry person, quite closed off because her arms are crossed here. So you have two sides of two different, I almost want to say sections of people saying different things about you. Yet, I feel, I almost want to say, if they've gotten on your bad side, they've gotten on your bad side for a reason. Because it says here, I honor my anger by giving my voice to it. So, if certain people have gotten on your bad side, I almost feel them being in this energy where they're trying to push your buttons or trying to make you upset. And almost like I'm seeing an example Spirit is showing me. You know, when a narcissist, this is an extreme example, but you know, when a narcissist tries to make someone angry and they throw small jabs at that person where the other people around them won't know they're throwing jabs, and then they do certain things to make that person upset, to make themselves look like the victim, and to make that person's reputation bad. Then they take a video of that person reacting to them and saying, oh, look at this person, they're so reactive, they're so angry, blah 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 blah. I'm not saying you have narcissists around you, but Spur is just showing me an extreme example of this energy where certain people may sometimes look to get a reaction out of you because it's like they see you as this sweet, angelic figure, yeah? But then they try to get a reaction out of you to kind of like ruin your reputation or to kind of like show people that you see pile number one, they aren't the sweet angel everybody says they are. Because I see them looking at you and you're like the sweet angel, and it's like they almost want to prove that you're not the sweet angel, that you have some kind of hidden ulterior motives behind that. Does that make sense? So that's like the storyline I'm seeing here between these two cards. Um, you know, like people have heard one side of the story where certain people are saying you're quite angelic, quite sweet, and then you have the other extreme where people are saying you're angry. I heard the song Jealous by Idris, so some may say you're like jealous in relationships, or that you're jealous of them when they're actually jealous of you, or that you're possessive, that you're closed off, that you're angry. But then they did something to get that side of you. And then you'll get other people, another group of people that are more neutral, that are saying, pile number one, they're sweet, they're angels, but don't get on their bad side because they have boundaries. So those people are truthful in the middle. So in terms of what people hear about you, I guess it just depends who they hear it from, where they can't quite figure out what the truth is. Are you really this angel, or are you really this angry person? I heard don't let it get to your head, and I'm looking at the crown here. So people may have heard things about you that's not true, saying that you let things get to your head, saying that you almost like think you're a queen or a king or royalty, and um, that you're like above everyone, that you're egotistical, which I don't think is true. Spirit is actually telling me you have a very good heart, my file number ones. And whatever these people are saying, I'm hearing that song, why are you so obsessed with me? They're just obsessed. They're just jealous. They're the ones that are actually projecting their jealousy onto you. And it's quite telling. But anyways, Spirit is showing me like that's not true at all, because I feel like you've been on a journey of self-love, and the truth is sometimes it's really hard to love ourselves fully, unconditionally. People don't always see the effort it may take to get to that point of self-love where we can confidently be ourselves in the world and confidently show ourselves in the world and sometimes people don't always see how hard it is to put ourselves out there in some way, or to even just like say nice things to ourselves. People just see the outside thing of like, oh, this person looks good, blah, 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 but they don't see the behind. They don't see maybe certain insecurities we go through, or certain harsh things we go through. So you being confident in them, in yourself, doesn't make them any less, and they're looking at you with this confidence, but then almost trying to bring you down to a place where they're at. So don't let people bring you down to their low vibration, pal one, because you have certain people that are seeing you in this very high vibration, and it's almost like they want to bring you down to their level. Let's go ahead and pull your tarot cards. I got so into I didn't mean to speak so long, but okay. Let's pull your tarot cards. So we're going to be using the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, which is quite ironic because when people say things that aren't true, it isn't sisterhood. But anyways, this thing over here, it's like stars around her head, kind of reminds me of like movies when they have that beginning intro part, and then it's, I don't know what to call it, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So maybe when people hear things about you, it's kind of like they're watching a movie. It's very entertaining, things people hear about you, whether it's true or not true. Like the things people hear about you, the stories people hear about you, is very entertaining, almost like they're watching a movie and they want to grab popcorn. So let them be entertained, pile one. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number one. Spirit guides of pile number one. Things people have heard about them that isn't true. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords showing up first. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I just heard materialistic. And I just heard step on me. How do I describe this? I see it in one way where someone almost like looks at you as very attractive, and then the other person hears from them like, I'd want them to step on me or dominate me, or like it's almost like they see you as being very confident, you know, like you're in this regal energy. And that's the truth here. You're in this regal energy. You embody such a divine energy that people naturally put you on a pedestal. But because of that, they may get a wrong interpretation of you and mix up the message. So they misunderstand you, and then they say that you're almost like someone above them or on a higher level than them, or that you think you're better than them, which I don't think is true. That's them saying that and thinking that, and projecting that. And then you have other people that are attracted to you, that is like, step on me, because like they're attracted to you. And then you have other people that are like, oh, they step on everyone to get to the top. With the Ace of Pentacles here, like you do anything to get where you want to be. Does that make sense? That's not true at all. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. And the Star. Okay, clarify the Page of Swords, please. The Sun. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please. The Chariot. Clarify the Six of Swords. Oh. Ten of Swords. Queen of Wands. I mean, you're showing up as Queen of Wands, pile one. Okay, clarify Two of Cups and the Star. Eight of Wands. I just smelled a really good smell, like really nice perfume or a really good smell. So, we're doing a reading on things people have heard about you that isn't necessarily true. I feel like that is true, like you do smell good. Um, but I feel like people start to say things like, because we have the Empress at the back of the deck, people start to say things like, maybe you only wear perfume to attract men or like women or people, if that makes sense, or you wear too much perfume. But then I'm picking up on a theme here for you, Pal One, where when people say things about you, like you being confident about yourself and then other people hearing it, it's like when they hear it, they're hearing it from people that aren't confident in themselves, that feel less than. So, in that context or setting, I feel like you're very well liked by others with the Two of Cups here, Pal One. And when I mentioned 444 in the beginning, I intuitively felt this, but I wanted some sort of confirmation to Spirit. Spirit keeps screaming it to me that when people hear things like this that isn't true, they can see through the illusion, they can see through the lie. And they hear it, but they like you anyway, where they're not totally sure, but they feel intuitively that they like your vibe, they like your aura with the star, because you're someone that shines bright, you're someone that has this very loving aura, this very white, bright light aura, if you will say that, like angelic aura. And I think a lot of people see you as a rare gem, where they see the illusion behind it and they see the lie behind it and they see that that person is just jealous of you when they hear stories like that. And I feel like even those that are jealous of you, they're fans anyway. Even them, they are like fanning at you. It's fan behavior. Like that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. I'm not saying that, that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Because it's like they put you on so much of pedestal, you don't put yourself there. They're the ones that put you there. And it's almost like they're talking about you as if you're a celebrity and they're following every move you make. So going back to this Queen of Wands energy, Empress energy at the back of the deck, it's like, you know, I mentioned scent. It could be other things too. Like let's say you straighten your hair or you curl your hair. And people are hearing stories like you only do that to attract lovers, that you're superficial, I'm hearing, that you're egotistical, that you think you're all that. I'm hearing that song, You're So Vain. So people may say that you're very vain, that you like to look in the mirror all the time, that you're like practically in love with yourself, which I don't think is true. You are in love with yourself, but in a healthy way. But they're just jealous and they're projecting that jealousy because it's almost like they can see your beauty, they appreciate it, but at the same time, they want to bash it down because they don't feel good enough within themselves. And you're operating in this very divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender, where you're able to fall back and receive. You're very magnetic, my pal ones. You know, the divine feminine attracts, and you attract too. You're very attractive. That's very true. You're very attractive, but then people go and make it something that's not true, where they're actually very jealous of you. I feel a solar plexus wound in those people. And the people that are hearing these stories are just like they feel kind of bad for you with the Ten of Swords here. We see this woman comforting the other woman. They feel kind of bad for you and they feel like, should I tell pal number one that this other person is talking about them, or should I just leave it? Is it none of my business? It's almost like they feel bad for you that these other people are trying to bash you down after you have built yourself back up. So don't let them, pal one. Don't let them at all. So in terms of what people say about you that isn't true, Page of Swords opposite the Sun. People may say that you act really happy out in public or speak in a way that that you look very happy, that your life looks happy-go-lucky, but it isn't really. Like that's what people hear about you that isn't true. Um, Almost like you put on this performative show that your life is happy and all dandy, but it's not. I don't know, like everything people are hearing, it's like they're seeing it as really mean-spirited, and they always want to comfort or console you because they know it's not true. So I think the people hearing these stories know it's not true. They can see through the illusion. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot. Page of Swords, the Sun. Okay, some people may have heard stories and things about you, where people I keep getting like surgery lip injections. I'm looking at her lips and they look quite plump, hers too, hers too. And I've been avoiding saying that because I think there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery, Botox, lip fillers, to each their own. Some don't want to get that, some do. Whatever makes a person feel good about themselves, there is no judgment. But it's like I see people saying things like you've got an lip Botox or what is it? Lip injection, not lip Botox, Botox on your face or plastic surgery. Like, oh, they're not even that pretty. They got plastic surgery. Or I'm seeing, for example, social media. Let's say you post something and they're like, oh, that's fake. They edited it. They used a filter. It's giving me that vibe, but I keep seeing like specifically plastic surgery. People saying that about you, that's not true. Um, Especially if you've gone through a glow up in which others may perceive as a glow up in your life where they're like that person's changed too much, that it's not real. So that's something people have heard about you, but then when those people hear it, they're like, okay, and like, why does it matter? Okay. So I feel like the people that are hearing these stories, they're very non-judgmental. But the people that are telling these stories, these rumors, are very judgmental. Ah, like, I don't know. I feel it's just like bashing your appearance mostly. Pal one, they're speaking a lot about your looks because they're jealous of your looks. I'm trying to find other things, but I keep getting looks. I'm seeing clairvoyantly a comment on Beyonce's post, like where people are like she bleached her skin. So again, things like about your appearance that aren't true. Or like you tan your skin. I see people hearing stories where it's like you act like an angel, you act like your life is so happy, you act like everything's in order, where you have happy relationships in your life, Two of Cups, where you, if you're single, go on lots of dates, but you don't really. Um, this type of energy of like putting up a facade, like you're this angel, but you're really not. You're actually really mean. Um, you say you're happy, but you're really not. You say you're in these happy relationships, but you're really not. You put on this image to the world like you're very successful, Ace of Pentacles, a chariot, like you've leveled up in some way, but it's a facade. So people have heard like stories like that, which I don't think is true at all because, of course, this is the reading on what's not true. But um, I'm hearing from spirit like people can see for themselves what is genuine and what is true. Like people are not dumb when they're hearing stories like this. So let's say, for example, you have really improved in some way in terms of maybe I'm seeing like a health journey where like maybe you've been exercising more or eating more healthy, and someone says, that's not true, that you didn't do that. People can see the results of it. That's just an example of the energy, but take it as it resonates per everything. Like people can see genuine happiness from a fake smile. Like people are not dumb, they can tell. So that's what I see here. Anything else, Spirit? Again, like editing the body, that's coming through. people like have heard things where the other person has said you cry or like you act sad, but you're not truly sad. You just want attention. Like you're almost trying to be the victim in the situation when you're the villain, but you're not. So it's like they're really the villain, but they're trying to make you seem like the villain. Um, Six of Swords, Two of Cups. This is making me feel an ex energy or ex-friend energy. So like, let's say, for example, you have an ex-friend or an ex-lover that is watching you on social media or, spying on you, still speaking about you in some way, and then other people are hearing like, they're still not over me. They act like they're over me, but they're not. They're still crying over me. Like, that's something I see here, but that's not true, obviously. And even if it is, like, it takes time to heal. Why is that a negative thing? All right, I'm gonna leave your reading here, pal one. We see lots of themes of the same thing. It's obvious people are intimidated by your strength. It's obvious people almost like want to tear you down to their level, want to make you feel as insecure as they feel because they see you shining bright like a star. So continue shining bright like a star and put on a show for them. Give them more to talk about. Because think about it this way, if people are putting this much energy in talking about you, that's fan behavior. I'm hearing that, I don't mean to make this sound egotistical, but like I'm hearing that scene that's like, I'm a star. I don't know what it's from, but I've seen it on TikTok. So yeah, you're a star. Continue shining bright, pal one. If you like this reading, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number twos. If you chose this light around shell and the Saint of True Freedom, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at things people have heard about you that isn't true. So these are kind of like rumors, things that aren't necessarily true. We're going to be uncovering the tea about that. So, disclaimer, there may be some negative things said about you that aren't true. Remember, people say mean things all the time, so please don't let it get to your heart. And if you feel this is going to be a heavy topic to watch, or if it's going to trigger you, then I suggest clicking off this video. Okay, so take what resonates, leave the rest. The card you chose. I feel like people choke up. I'm feeling that clairsentiently, like I almost feel like I want to choke whenever I speak. So I feel like when people hear things about you and the other person is talking smack about you or saying things that just aren't true at all, they start to choke up or they literally choke on their words. Or like something happens where I almost want to say they make a fool out of themselves. Like, let's say they're talking and then they all of a sudden start coughing really hard and then they can't complete their sentence. Or like their voice goes all funny and strange and the other person's looking at them that's hearing the story like, what? Weird sensation to feel clairsentiently, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, so the card you chose says, love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. So interesting. Why is this something that's said about them? Why is it something people hear about them that's not true, Spirit? Okay, so I see two sides to the coin. So this card talks about freedom. Some may say, and some may have heard stories about you, things that are not true, that you're like this very free person, very free-spirited, and that may on some level be true, but not entirely. Like maybe they say that life is so easy for you and you're so free and nothing bad has ever happened to you. Like maybe people have heard things like you've never gone through traumas. I heard the word privileged, luxurious living, luxurious spending, like you have no problems. People may have heard things like you're very wild and free, like you have no responsibilities tying you down. And on some level, you may be free-spirited, you may, in their eyes, have an easy life. But when we look at it behind closed doors, I feel like a lot of you have had hard responsibilities, and people are just seeing that outside perspective, thinking your life is so easy. Does that make sense? And I keep feeling that feeling like I want to choke on my words. Then there's another side to this coin where people have heard things where, like, they say that you're stuck, but you're not. And I feel this is like people talking and saying these things because they prey on your downfall, and they wish negativity on you because they're secretly jealous of you or secretly in competition with you. So then they want other people to think you're struggling when in actual fact you're not. So it could be, you could relate to both. Just take what resonates. I also saw a baby stroller, so I don't know if some of you had children, have children, if that's true or not true. That could be something that's said about you. Something about children, something about babies. I'm also looking at her clothing here, and I heard the word luxurious earlier, and I'm seeing a vision of that music video that's like, if I was a rich girl, and she's adorned in jewels and all these riches. So people may say you literally are rich, or that you have this very like expensive, luxurious lifestyle, that you can afford, expensive clothes, expensive jewelry, nice cars. Like, I don't know. Well, this is a reading on what's not true. And they may say that you have no struggles in money, like everything's just easy for you. Like you've never experienced hardship, which I don't think is true, because every person on earth has experienced hardship, whether we realize it or not. Even the celebrities, even the rich people, they've even experienced hardships in their own ways. Earth is a very dense planet, I'm not going to go into the spiritual of it, but everyone has their own sets of lessons and pain they go through in life. And that's the thing about Earth, like, we all go through it. So no one is immune to it. So I guess them saying that, I guess it could be a good thing, could be a negative thing, just depending on like how you see it. I also heard water dead flowers. So like people may have heard that you try to water dead flowers. Like, for example, I'm seeing like trying to stay in a connection that's already ended, that's not happy anymore, and trying to keep it going, or something to do with career, like not being happy at a career but still trying anyways. Or I mentioned children. I don't know, like I don't know what this relates to, but this could be something different for all of you. But you know what's really interesting? Spirit is showing me a vision of something that happened a few days ago. When I say water dead flowers, my boyfriend, just listen to this quick story. It's not going to take long. My boyfriend had a dead plant, and we went away for the holidays, of course, so no one watered it, but he kept it outside so that the rain could fall on it. And he didn't want to throw it away because the plant was dying. He didn't want to throw it away. He wanted to try and get it to grow again. And eventually he did. That flower looks as good as new. It's not dead anymore. So sometimes we really have to fight for the things we want in life. Sometimes we really have to put in effort when other people would, or society would, tell us to quit, but instead putting in that effort towards something that seems like it's dead can eventually be revived. Even marriages, even things, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but if you try, you try. You never know until you try. So I feel like that is just stupid, like what they say there. Okay, but anyways, one last thing I see here from this oracle card. Married to my own soul, something about marriage or commitment. So like people may have heard that you're married or that you're divorced or that you are in a commitment in some way. Like I don't know if that's true or not, but that's something people have heard. Okay, so we're gonna use the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, which is pretty ironic because it's not really a sisterhood or a brotherhood to talk negatively about people, but okay. Spirit guides of pile number 2. Things people have heard about them that isn't true. I'm hearing that water song where she's like, make me sweat, make me water. So, like, I don't know, people may have said, like, bad hygiene, like sweat. That's what it's making me think of. Which is not true because you're showing up as the Empress. All this beauty, all this handsomeness if you're a man. So similar to pile 1, in pile 1, there was like a lot of people trying to like almost make their beauty not seem as beautiful because they were jealous. Same case for you. It kind of gives me that vibe. I feel like I'm gonna choke again. When you're with a friend that's secretly jealous and someone compliments you and then they're like, oh, she's only beautiful because she's wearing makeup. Like, it gives me that vibe, to be honest. Okay, so we have a bunch of cards here. We have the Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So some have said you are so rich. Some have said it's not true because it came out upright, but then it went reverse on its own, like on my lap. Really weird. Like I wasn't touching it, but it went reversed. So some say some have heard and said like you're so rich, you're so luxurious, but then some have heard it's not true. It's just fake money. Okay. 3 of wands in reverse. The Death card. Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles. And choke on their words is not words used lightly. It's words used intentionally by your guides. Because I keep feeling that whenever people talk negative about you, I literally feel like choking. So it's intentional that your spirit guides are making me say that because I feel like whatever people say about you and whatever stories people hear about you that aren't true, like rumors that are negative, those people are literally going to choke on their words when they see the results after. So, like, let's say someone says this is fake money, then they see you getting a promotion. They can't say anything about you because people are seeing the truth. Do you get what I mean? Then they're literally choking on their words. 2 of Swords, the Lovers, the 8 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and we have Temperance. Okay, and now I want to pull one card from this oracle deck, the Divine Feminine oracle deck, and then I'm going to analyze everything we see here. So things people have heard about pile 3 that aren't true. We have the Pontiff of Possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Okay. At the back of this deck, we have Giving is Receiving, the energy of the universe is merciful. And at the back of this deck, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, pile number 2's, I'm clairvoyantly seeing like you walk around and your hair looks really good. And people are saying you just came from the salon. You just spent a lot of money at the salon. So, and then people hear that and then they think that you spend a lot of money. Or I'm clairvoyantly seeing those fashion Instagram reels where the sound is like, you're an alpha repeater. No, you're an alpha rememberer. And I'm kind of seeing this vibe of like, people using different, well, the same clothing, but styling it differently so it looks like different clothing. It looks like new. Um, and then I'm almost seeing like people out in public saying about you like, oh, pile number two, they buy a new outfit every week, like they have enough money. I keep seeing something about money, like people talking about your finances, like they have money to buy an outfit every week, which I don't think everyone can afford an outfit every week, but um maybe you're just really creative with your choices and how to style it in a way where it looks brand new every time. Or maybe you just make clothes look expensive or luxurious. And then other people are like, they make it like I'm seeing, for example, fake designer bags. Like that's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's an example of the energy where other people that are jealous are like, oh, they have fake designer bags, fake shoes, like it's not real. Or um like, okay, they wear jewelry, but it's not real jewelry. It is giving me that vibe. So there's two sides of the coin with your pile, like of people hearing opposites of both. And they can't figure out which one's the real one, which one's the real truth. Because they're hearing two opposites of the spectrum here with the Two of Swords. That's also a theme I saw in Power One. Interesting. I think that happens in a lot of people's lives, to be honest. I also saw a boat clairvoyantly as I look at this. I don't know if there's an actual boat under it, but it looks like a boat. And it's giving you the vibe like people may talk about you and people may hear stories about you as if you travel all the time, as if you're always traveling, always going on boats or cruises, or I'm hearing expensive hotels, first class tickets. I don't know, like I'm hearing that. I just noticed we also have a baby here. So something about children is being said, is being heard about you that's not true. Or like, let's say, for example, some of you do have children. Let's say you're much more at that age where like you have your family and everything set up. Like, let's say some of you have 2, 3 children, 4 children, and then people talk about your children in a way where it's not like they're talking about you, but they're saying things about your children that aren't true, about your children's home life, about like some of you are married, some of you are divorced, about your love life, about the children's father, mother, like depending who you are in that. Does that make sense? Like I see stuff about that, but I'm not sure what exactly it is. It could be different for all of you. Like, for example, it could be your kids at school and other kids are hearing about things that are not true about your kids and their home life, or just things in general about them. Or I'm even seeing something about, like, for example, mothers here that are watching and other mothers are talking about your relationship or your divorce, your marriage, and talking about it and saying things that are not true, or talking about your children, saying things that aren't true. Does that make sense? That's what I see here. I keep seeing something about a haircut salon, something like that. Um, I'm seeing something about like expensive water. I don't know what it's called, but there's a specific water that's more expensive and bougie. Like I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. Okay. So other things people say about you that are not true. I keep seeing this wild and free energy. So I see, like, for example, let's say someone here is married or in a relationship and people say that you're wild and free and that you're secretly going behind their back and making the wrong decisions or things like that, like, or vice versa. or something like that, or in the past, if you were in a relationship in the past that it ended because of infidelity. Why do people spread such rude rumors? Like, it's sad actually. Because I was expecting other things, not just things like this, but oh well. Um, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups reverse. What is this about, Spirit? Okay, Spirit is showing me two locks and they're stuck in there. So it's like, again, something about kids and being stuck. Like, let's say your mother and other mothers are talking about you and they're like, you're only with your partner because of the kids. Like, you're stuck in that marriage because of the kids. It gives me that vibe. Or Spirit is showing me legalities, like something to do with divorce or kids, legalities, something about that, or legalities in terms of finances. Like Spirit showed me the Libra scales in reverse. So people may have heard stories about you, like that you're not getting money in a legal way. Yeah, I guess the things people have said and heard are just really mean things. Like that you don't have to work hard, that things just come easy to you. I see that again. That you're just really lucky that things come easy to you. That there is no limit to abundance for you. And while there may be limitless possibilities, that may be true, I think people are just looking at the situation from a lens of jealousy. And that's why they're speaking about you like this. Because to me, if I look at this from my opinion, I was like looking at this woman here with a raised eyebrow, and when they hear the stories, when people hear the stories, they raise an eyebrow because they don't know if it's true or not, or if that person is just like being this really rude, gossipy energy. Because it feels like that. It feels like that, and it is like that. Because this is a reading about what's not true. So, in my personal opinion and judgment, like whoever is spreading rumors like that are not true, they're jealous of your life. They're jealous of how easy things look for you, whether they may be or may not. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pal, to, you know, if people are stooping to these low levels of spreading rumors like this, I'd say continue doing you, continue shining bright, pal, to continue, you know, making more money, because they spoke a lot about your money. Continue making more money and continue being more abundant, because I guarantee you that some are intimidated by your success or your perceived potential, which you do have if you're not successful yet. And if they're talking about you like that, then they're manifesting it for you, that you're going to be very rich. I guess like that's what I want to say here. Because like when people talk about you in a way, they manifest that for you. If they're talking about you being really rich and it's not true yet. Yeah. But also don't let the comments of what people say get to you, because what matters is your life and how you feel about your life. And if people are talking like this about you, like I said, they'll literally choke on their words. Going back to that thing of choking on their words, they'll literally choke on their words when people do see the truth. So this is your reading. I really hope this resonated. If you like this reading, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number threes. If you chose this cone shell and the Empress of Protection, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at things people have heard about you that isn't true. So this is more of a juicy read. Spilling the tea on, you know, the stories that have been told about you in terms of rumors, things that are not true. So please be aware as we, you know, tap into these energies. A lot of negative things could be said about you, or positive things, just depending on people. But in both of the first piles, there was a lot of negative things said. So if you're in a very sensitive state right now and you're not able to receive harsh words of criticism or judgment or negativity from others, then I don't suggest you watch this reading, because there could be a lot of nasty, mean things said that aren't true, of course. Okay? And don't let those comments get to you, because people just talk. People talk all the time. Okay, so the card you chose says, I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. And while this card is true, you are very safe and divinely protected. And that's also a theme I saw in all three piles. You're safe and protected from all negativity, all judgments, all jealousy, all gossip from others, where whoever speaks about you gets karma. Whoever spreads rumors about you, knowingly, in capital letters, emphasized, underlined, knowingly, they get an even bigger karma. When they say things unknowingly, then, okay, they do get karma, or spirit brings the truth to them in some way so that they can rectify that wrong. But when people knowingly spread rumors about you, I'm hearing like all hell breaks loose, like pray for them. I almost want to say pray for them because I'm looking at her hands. So, okay, in terms of what people have heard about you that isn't true, I was clairvoyantly seeing curls and someone like putting in rollers, like curl rollers, something like that. So like, let's say, for example, this is also something I saw in pile 1, like people talking about their looks and trying to say things about their looks that are not true. Let's say you have naturally curly, beautiful hair for some of you, and people say that it's not real, like it's not really curly. Or let's say some of you have naturally beautiful straight hair and people say it's not real straight hair, you straighten it. Or let's say you have nice hair and they say it's extensions. Or let's say some of you do or don't wear wigs, like people could talk about that. Whether it's true or not, there's nothing wrong with extensions or wigs, but that's something I'm seeing. So people talk about your looks and say things about your hair that may or may not be true. But like, I'm feeling more of the vindictive energy here, where like, let's say you don't have extensions in, for example, and your hair is just naturally long, for my woman, for example, and people are saying it's extensions. Of course, there's nothing wrong with extensions, but that's like the energy I'm seeing here. Because I would get extensions. They're so pretty, especially those ones with colors. Anyways, something about the stars around her reminded me of American, like the American flag and the stars. And I heard like not really from America. So some of you maybe are from America and people have said that you're not really from there, but you are really from there. I don't know what that's about. That's really weird to say. Some of you won't relate to that because you're not from America at all. Okay. Or like maybe in your home country, like people may say things like you're from a different country, or they may get the preconceived notion that you're from somewhere else. Like I've had people tell me, like, you don't look South African. You don't look like you're from here. And then I've had people literally tell me you're lying. Like you're not from here. So I don't know what that's about. That's weird. But anyways, I'm seeing that. What have people heard about pile 3 that is not true? I'm just closing my eyes to see if I can get anything clairvoyantly from this. Okay, Spirit is showing me something about like emotionally dumping, or trying to get people to feel sorry for you. So people have heard things like you say all these things have happened to you. Like, let's say, because I'm looking at this image and it kind of looks like people have been sending her negative energy, but she's so protected, like with these lines here. She's so protected, she's praying that it's not hitting her. So let's say, for example, you've had people that have backstabbed you, betrayed you, and then other people have heard stories like you just said that so that you could get people to feel sorry for you, but it actually happened. That's not true. It's like things like that. Or let's say, like, people have heard things where other people have said you only act like these bad things have happened to you for like people feeling sorry for you or empathetic for you. I'm even seeing something about finances, like someone going through financial hardship here, and then other people saying, you're lying about it. That's something I see here. And we're seeing the energy of protection. While yes, you are protected, we're talking about things that aren't true. So I'm getting the vibe here, like people may say things like I'm hearing protection magic, like spell work, things like that. People may say you do spell work. People may have heard that about you, whether it's true or not, no judgment. I'm coming at this from a neutral standpoint. I'm just reading the energy. With no opinions on it, but I'm seeing something about spell work. I'm seeing something also about religion, like saying, like people have heard stories where people have said, you're not truly religious, but you act like you are, or that you act like you're spiritual, but you're not truly. That you say like you pray to the light or to something good, but it's actually something dark. I don't know why that's coming through, but people have heard that. Ooh, I'm seeing something here, like with all the roses around, like I'm seeing love clairvoyantly, like people falling in love with you very easily. And then other people that are jealous of that, telling stories that, like, don't go for that person over there, they'll put a love spell on you. Like, I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. Like, let's say, for example, a woman is watching this and a man is interested in you, and another woman is actually interested in him, and she knows that she doesn't stand a chance against you. And then she says something like that, don't go for her, she'll put a love spell on you. I'm seeing something about that. And protection, I get the vibe of like people, maybe even like spreading rumors about you, saying that you're guarded, that um, that you have like a guard up. This could be true, could not be true. There's nothing wrong with having a guard up. Like, we're supposed to be discerning as humans. Not everyone is safe to be around. So it's okay to be discerning, because I am too. Okay, Spirit Guides of Pile 3, things people have heard about them that isn't true. So this is the Divine Feminine Oracle. We're using the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, which is ironic because there's nothing like sisterhood or brotherhood about things people have said in this reading. I'm just shocked, okay, like by how rude people can be. But anyways, this is the reading we're doing. Okay, things people have heard about Pile 3 that isn't true. We have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups relates to your past. People may talk about your past, say things about your past that aren't necessarily true. We have the Four of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and this looks, if you're not over the age of 18, skip over this message. This looks sexually like provocative with the way this woman is putting her fingers in the flower. I heard deflowering. So people why do people use that word? Anyways, people may talk about like you losing your virginity or something like that in the past. Like people may have heard stories about that where it may not been true. Like for example, you could have been um not doing it at all, which there's nothing wrong with doing it or not doing it. Um it's just human nature. But then, maybe like let's say you haven't done it, but then people were saying that you are doing it, like that is giving you that vibe. Or um, I'm hearing the word body count, like saying things that are not true, like you're sleeping with people, like people have heard things like that that are not true. And let me tell you, I was once in school where people said the horriblest, meanest rumors, saying that like I did that as well. So it's really weird when people spread rumors like that. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Emperor. Okay, clarify the Six of Cups, please. The Star. The Ace of Cups under the Four of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Wands. The Three of Cups. Ooh. Clarify the Seven of Wands. The World. Clarify the Emperor. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, and then at the back of the deck we have the Magician. Okay, now we're getting one card from this Oracle deck. Things people have heard about Pile 3 that isn't really true. We have the Patroness of Miraculous Healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. What was that song that's like Love Potion something? I'm seeing that lady clairvoyantly. Camilla, is it her? I don't know the song, but there's something, I heard Love Potion again, so something about spell work keeps coming through. Yeah. At the back of the deck, we have Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So again, the same as pile number 1. I mean, like with all the roses around her here and the crown. In pile 1, I said something about royalty. So if you were drawn to pile 1, I highly suggest you watch it. Or you just may be very similar to pile 1, but different in a way where you, my pile 3, are very, very gorgeous, very, very handsome, very conventionally attractive to others. And others may try to downplay your beauty because they're secretly jealous. So you have a very seductive like aura and vibe to you in the way that you look, and people really like the way your body looks. People also find you quite Venusian in some way, where it's like you are very magnetic to people. A lot of people crush on you. You also have a very romantic, classical type of beauty, like a very elegant type of beauty, or for my men, very much like handsome, masculine. Like Spirit is joking and saying like, what is a tall glass of handsome? I don't know what that means, but something like that. Like maybe some men here are tall, or something about your body, or something about your skin complexion, like very much like that sex appeal for all of you, even non-binary. So people talk a lot and hear a lot of things about your look, like Ace of Wands, too sexy. I feel like I'm gonna cough now. And as I say, I feel like I'm gonna cough. Spirit is showing me a vision of someone being so shocked they cough out their milk while they're drinking milk. What I take from that, people have heard like you're too sexy, that you almost like shock people, make people's mouths water. Um, I almost like see women like saying hide your husbands, or men saying hide your wives, because like that, like pile number three is just too attractive that they're gonna steal your man or your woman. Like that's what I get with the Three of Cups here opposite the Ace of Wands. And even with the Seven of Wands and the Emperor, it's like it's almost like people like look at this. This person is defending themselves. But in this case, Seven of Wands, the Emperor, like let's think of this as, for example, a woman defending her man, like keeping other women away from him because she's just so scared he cheats on her. Three of Cups can sometimes symbolize a third party. So like, listen, ma'am, if your husband is looking at other women, that's not pile three's fault. Vice versa for other genders, non-binary too. Like, I'm just using that as an example, but like, really? Like, I'm seeing people say and people hear things like, hide your husband, hide your wife, pile number three is gonna steal them away. Like, they're just too sexy that like other people are gonna have wandering eyes when they're in relationships. People may have even heard things about your looks, like I'm looking at the teeth here, like you got teeth whitening or um veneers or braces. Like it's almost like people think your teeth are too perfect to be real. That's what people have heard, and that you've either been a cheater, like infidelity, or been with multiple people, like, most likely untrue because we're doing a reading about things that aren't true, okay? People may have even heard things like like for example, we see henna here, like let's say some of you got henna and people are like have heard that you actually got a tattoo. Something about the physical appearance keeps coming through. And my eyes are watering now in a way where I'm not crying, but it's watering. And it's reminding me of like how actors and actresses can fake cry. So again, there's this feeling of fake tears. Like people have heard stories about you where it's like fake tears, where like people have said and made up rumors that you almost like make up these stories about your past here. We spoke about the past, um, where you've made up these, like I'm hearing sub stories to get people to feel sorry about you, that you never truly healed, that there was nothing to truly heal from. We have the Star, which is all about healing, and we have I'm ready to heal. So, yeah, I don't know. I I'd say if you were also drawn to pile two, I keep feeling like coughing when I say all these like negative things that I'm seeing that people have heard or said. Um, pile three, I keep feeling like choking when I say those things. So people literally sometimes choke on their words because you're so protected, or bite their tongue, or some kind of karma happens to them when they speak negatively like this about you. Okay, people have also heard that you have gone through a um a traumatic past or a harsh past, and you had to heal from it, and um that could be true, could not be true, but people have also heard that. I feel like what people have heard, I'm also getting radiancy from you, like you're so radiant, which is true, like your skin is so glowy and radiant. She's holding up something here and it's reminding me of car keys. I don't know why. So people may talk about your car and say things that are not true there. I keep getting something about lovers. Like, let's say you have someone really interested in you and another person is interested in that person, and they're like, don't talk to pal three. They talk to many people at once and it's not true, and then that person heard that about you. That's what I'm getting here. Like people almost saying you're a player or a heartbreaker. I'm hearing that song, I'm a heartbreaker, I'm a heartbreaker. I don't know who it's by. It's a man. Man's voice. But then you've also had other people that have heard stories about you where you're really relaxed in love and you really um, create a friendship with those you love, like in terms of romance. So I get like the story here. A lot of people talk about and hear stories about your looks, your love life, those two specifically, and like your sex life, I guess. Okay, so weird. Like, I feel weird after this reading, after all three piles, like, in the sense of people say such negative things. I can't believe that people can be so rude. But anyways, don't take what people say to heart, pile three, because I mean, you're showing up with this very Venusian seductive energy, and people are very obviously intimidated by your glamour, I want to say, like your handsomeness, your beauty, your classiness. Because I feel like this pile is very classy, very elegant. And people are intimidated by your ability to attract lovers or partners by that. Even if you are in a romantic connection, they may be jealous of the fact that, you walk around and you get a lot of attention. So people that are jealous, make up really weird stories. But yeah, this is what I have for you, Pal 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye.